What's going on, folks? Ted from Nerd Immersion here, and it's time to talk about a good friend of the channel we haven't talked about in a while, and that is our good friends over at dScryb, and an amazing deal that I have for you, courtesy of them and this video. So if you've ever been curious about dScryb, well, I've talked about them a lot in the past, but if you've ever been thinking, hey, I wish I had box text for this specific thing, or a quick description for an NPC and encounter a situation, or possibly your moves in combat, which is the thing we're also going to talk about today, dScryb is the website for you. Here is their website. We're now at over 13,500 scenes. You can see right here, here's an opportunity for you to talk about casting Charm Person, right? Casting the spell is always a risk, but sometimes the situation makes it necessary. You fix a simple smile on your face and look towards your target, thinking about an old friend as you describing how you go about casting Charm Person. Or if you needed to describe something like a plateau, right? It's a distinct and unmistakable sight with soaring, sheer sides and a flat, sprawling top. It rises from the earth, evoking the image of a mountain with its top, hewn cleanly. Well, first of all, I'll get to the chase right now. They have an amazing Black Friday sale going on. And actually, live as of me recording this video, you can use coupon code NERDImmersion at checkout, that's NERDImmersion, all one word, to get yourself a bunch of money off, or percentages off, of signing up for their variety of different options you see. There's 4 different platforms here: Celestial, Composer, Hero, and Player, right? So for the first year of an annual Celestial subscription, which gives you access to everything, including the Sonic library from within Foundry, which we'll talk about, we get that for just $99, which is a 43% savings. For the first year of Composer, an annual subscription, which is Sonic Library access, including everything from Foundry, that'll be 43% off of that as well, $56 for the year. For the Hero annual subscription, that's all text and maps, again, 43% off for $44 for the year. And then for the Player, again, all content, including the Combat Collection, which is part of what we're going to talk about today, again, for $17, once again, at 43% off. So use coupon code NERDImmersion. This is good from the time you're hearing this video all the way through the 27th, Cyber Monday. All right. So we were talking about the Combat Collection, right? So what if you needed description, as it calls it right here, 1,000+ mic drop moments? What if you need a way to really punctuate your attack or something, right? They have first note written here, right? The twang of the string reverberates through the air like a plucked note, the opening to a symphony of death, right? Here that is. Here's less than a second. I drop my weapon only to kick it back up and catch it in a reverse grip. It takes less than a second, which is longer than I give my foe before I heave it towards them. You can also see weapons. There are all these tags. So if you're looking for something specific, you're looking for monk, melee weapon, you can type in all of these different tags to search that. But let's go back to combat, right? We can see a variety of different options. We have aim, calling, all these things. But look at this. Barehanded versus club. Barehanded versus hand axe. How about barehanded versus longsword? Why don't we try that? Okay. So this is probably you being barehanded, right? The sword wielder is full of confidence, swinging in wide arcs interspersed with sudden lunges. Two-handed, then one-handed, varying the strikes. The unarmed opponent weaves and backs up, feints and dodges, wide-eyed, watching both blade and wielder. Suddenly, the empty-handed fighter plants a foot and springs forward rather than back. This is, again, for you as a DM to describe some of this stuff, or it could be for you as a player, how you're going to talk about your specific weapon, your specific, however you want to go about this, right? Let's try a Blessed Bolt. How's that one look, right? I reverently kiss my bolt, meaning crossbow bolt, whispering a quick prayer of devotion, hope, and righteous vengeance. Then I load, aim, and fire, lending angel's wings to its flight. Stuff like this. Amazing descriptive text that you can add to your game. You can use it as a DM to describe things if you're not somebody who's really quick off the cuff on really great evocative descriptions, or if you want to go ahead and figure this out. Now, what I wanted to talk to you about that's also really cool is this is part of a redesign that's happening. There's a really cool interface change that's in the process here that I can show you, which is a specialized kind of feature. Take a look at this, right? To show you how you can kind of organize. click longsword, it pulls up a list of things, right? And you can roll for it and have it determine things randomly. So you'll be able to set up like, okay, well, let's say your character is a bow wielder and a rapier user, right? You could set up a series of things and be like, okay, I want to say they have a series of things kind of in the tank, as it were, to be like, okay, let me use this description or that, or however you want to go about it, right? You can see all sorts of different options here, right? Fury of blows. I wonder if that's like a flurry of blows. Let's see. My 10 fingers extend, stiffening into 2 blunt blades as I stab towards my foe in a frenetic fury, right? You talking about how you're attacking the opponent with a fury of blows, perhaps to be legally distinct from a flurry of blows. All right. But then I also wanted to show off, they're in the process of also redoing the entire, we talked about it in a previous video a while back, the Celestial, it was called Celestial at the time, which is their entire like ambient soundscape. If you're looking for whether that's ambience, music, sound effects, things like that, there's an entire section of dScryb dedicated to that. A lot of people just know dScryb for the box text or the scenes. They have sounds. They also have maps as well. But we have a bunch of different ambient sound effects. We have, let's see, if we go to sounds, we could just do sound effects. Like if you want to have combat sounds or you want to do an ambient with a battle music, because that's another option too, right? You have music as well as ambiance. So how about acid dagger hit? Let's see what that sounds like, right? And then again, eventually they will all have summaries there. You heard the sound effect. Michael Gelfie's entire library basically is here. But it also has integration, as we talked about, with Foundry, and I wanted to showcase some of that for you in this cool little clip I have of dropping sound effects into a Foundry virtual tabletop. Take a look at this. Just give it a sec. It's got to load. Here we go. So we have sort of an ambient sound effect playing, right, which is rowboat on a large desert river. We're grabbing and we're just dropping Calm Lakeshore right here onto the Foundry map. And then we want to add some combat music. We're going to grab a Wyvern Tor Combat. Or Barbarian theme, I'm sorry. You get theme music for your specific character if you'd like. That's pretty awesome. And actually, yeah, we can go ahead and look at that, right? We talked about ambience. What if we went to music? And we were to look up things. You could get theme music for your character. Again, you have access to different things here, right? Tale of Two Brothers, a unicorn walks into a bar. That sounds more like a tavern style thing. But then we also have theme music, right? Bard theme. How about the Bard theme? We heard the Barbarian theme. Let's hear the Bard theme. I'm assuming this is kind of more upbeat. The gentle plucks of a mandolin are joined by the enthusiastic flourish of a violin, dramatic hum of a cello, and driving beat of drums. The mood begins peaceful but quickly bursts into a sense of joyful adventure, suggesting a quiet life pulled into the frantic chaos and wonders of the outside world. Right? Descriptions. Pretty awesome stuff, right? There's a reason why they've won so many Ennies they have. You can go ahead and actually build out compositions within dScryb, where you can kind of like build a whole soundscape in and of itself, right? Here's a test one that I did a while back. I think this one I still have access to. I might have locked it, or it might be locked. But yeah, okay. Yeah, so you can see it here. It's a soundscape where you can build these all, and you can actually share these with your players. Invite players is an option here. You can invite players. You can also use this as a means of just doing audio communication as well. So a lot of really cool stuff from dScryb. But the most exciting part is that with coupon code Nerd Immersion, you get 43% off any one of your annual subscriptions here. But also take a look at this. Explore under request, character request, scene request, stuff like that. You could say, hey, I would love if you could make a scene about this character. Hey, here's my character. Could you like describe it and then have them? And you might get your character input into one of the scenes or something like that, or a scene, you know, hey, I really need this for my game. And then throw it out there, and then one of the dScryb writers could just bloop, come it up, and then there you go, you have it. So Anyway, a huge shout out and a thank you to the amazing team over at dScryb for continuing to support the channel as they have for all these years. And again, just a wonderful, awesome people. So yeah, coupon code Nerd Immersion, 43% off. That is live through Cyber Monday. Take advantage of it while you can. It makes it a great Christmas present for somebody, or a holiday theme, any kind of present, right? You need, or just, you know, a way to maybe suck up to your DM and be like, hey, buddy, I know you're always talking about how you wish you had sound effects. How about also maybe some maps while we're at it? What do you think about that? Also, the maps are free. Look at this. That's maps too. Interactive maps, no less. So perhaps, oh, look, because the maps have box text associated with them, just like you'd expect from dScryb. So really, hook your DM up. Maybe you can get that magic item you've been angling for a while, or give this to your significant other, your friend, your coworker, whoever you want to get into D&D, or who's somebody who's looking to really punch up their game. Also, consider how this might help improve your game. You know, maybe you're somebody who runs games over on Start Playing or something. You want to separate yourself out from other DMs. dScryb might just be that answer. Coupon code Nerd Immersion to get 43% off at checkout. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you're having a happy holiday. I'll see you all next time.